Let's go to Jeff in North Carolina. Hello, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Good.
I'm a first-time voter. Like you, I was a Ted Cruz guy. Loved him. I was afraid that Trump was kind of going to be a guy to come in and spoil the election. I kind of thought he was working under the cover for the Democrats to kind of come in and help Hillary out. But he did what he said he was going to do. He's protected the unborn. He protects our freedoms. He has done great for this country. And after 4 years, I think he truly loves this country.
I think he's the only one in my lifetime, with Reagan maybe the exception, that has actually done everything that he said he was going to do, for the most part, the border, et cetera, et cetera. But even the stuff I don't like the trade with China, but he has done the things I thought for sure he would never do. He'd never do those things, and he did.
I mean, the Jerusalem situation is probably the one that stands out the most in that regard. Like the fact that what he's done in the Middle East, the fact that we've seen multiple countries now come on the side of normalizing relations with Israel.
Just came online.
I mean,
that's crazy.
It's amazing. That one I would have never.
No way.
Honestly,
no
never.
way.
I mean, the Supreme Court justices, he did. Say he had a list of them and everything.
Yeah,
and
but
so,
look at the Bush appointments. The Bush appointments sometimes were like, okay.
Yeah, and I honestly didn't. I was not even convinced he was going to pick off the list, frankly. I mean, and you could argue
and he did.
He at least the first one he did, and then he made a new list and picked the other two off of that one. So but still, I mean, they're all in the pocket of approval from things like the Federalist Society. They're very much normal to good Republican picks, which I did not expect.
He just signed another international agreement on abortion, that it's not an international right. And he signed on with 30 other countries.
Got us out. Remember, one of the things I said he would never do is get us out of the green deals. You know what I mean? Get us out of the Paris Accords and everything else.
Did that right away.
He did that right away, and he is standing for that. We're energy independent for the first time in my lifetime. That's incredible.
It is.
The fact that we beat ISIS quickly, almost with a yawn.
That's one that's really forgotten, because that was the big international story theme of 2016.
They don't even have anything to talk about. With that anymore.
I mean, and we've done enough work with the Nazarene Fund and everything to know that it's not completely over there. There's still trouble, but still, it's better. It's immeasurably better than in 2016. So much so that it's not even something that got, as far as I can remember, mentioned in the debates.
No, it wasn't.
Not at all.
No, of course not. You couldn't have mentioned that because it shows success, and then on top of it, the next shoe to fall is Saudi Arabia. And all of them now, all of our Middle East allies are all saying, if Biden comes in, this all falls apart because they will go back to the Palestinian well. And so all of this falls apart. I mean, we are just the cardinal, that letter that I read. I think we really are in a battle of good versus evil. And look at how far we have come because we have a guy who doesn't care. And he's willing just to go, no, I don't agree with you. I know you're all the egg-headed experts, but you've been saying this for 80 years or 100 years, and it's not working. So I'm not doing it anymore. If he gets another term, he will clean out that deep state because he has every reason to do it. Have you seen the Zoom calls? Can we listen to this Zoom call? This is from the Sunrise Foundation, Black Lives Matter, and ShutDown DC. They had a Zoom call, and on this call were people from the government. They were in positions in the government, and they were being asked, what levers do you have to be able to shut things down? I want you to listen to what they are plotting. Here it is.
So we began to put together a list of things we want to know about in the city. So where are all the police stations? Because it's good to know where the police are. Where are all the key government buildings? Where are all the media outlets? Who are the Trump boosters? So we're talking about what would it take to surround the White House and have people do stuff. We can divide it up easily with affinity groups. We have to be willing to put our bodies on the line and take on some discomfort, sacrifice, risk in order to change things. And I've been in conversations where people have never thought about having a gun or like, should I have a gun? But I think we have to know, and I'm going to talk a little bit in a few minutes about what do we do when guns are in the mix. So again, chaos is a soup by which change emerges. Let's get cooking. Again, we didn't cause the war. We didn't ask for this war. Many of us are here because we want to fight it. We want something different. What are we willing to do? Right? Because again, we're not dealing with people with just simple guns. We're dealing with people with AK-47s, multiple rounds, a lot of shootings. So we are going to be in a crisis, but we want it to be one that we are creating. We want to make sure that we are on the offense and not the defense. We want them to be responding to us and us not responding to them. In a situation of a coup or an insurrection or an uprising, whoever's got the guns often can win. We should be clear. Like,
this is.
It's got to go. Trump's got to go. In order to achieve what they did, they knew they had to take over important government buildings. They knew they had to try and win over members of the police and army, and they had to protect each other. I think we don't have a lot of experience taking over government buildings, and we might need to think about that. And I know, as I said earlier, how, we may find ourselves in the streets with people with different tactics than ours, but like, there may be some people that are willing to break the windows to get into the government buildings. Like, if that's what we need to do, then we shouldn't fight about that. Let's do that.
Wow.
This sounds like a suburban mom, I mean, these are the three groups out of the 200 that the Democrats have partnered with to create chaos. We showed you all of the documentation. The 200 groups, I think that came out in maybe the New York Times, maybe about a week ago, about how these 200 groups are been put on standby. Again, this is a leaked Zoom call between the leadership from ShutDown DC, the Sunrise Movement, and BLM. And they're worried about the right creating violence. This is what we're up against. And this is part of the deep state and part now of your Democratic Democrat Party. This is part of it now. You are not dealing with your grandfather, your father, or even Barack Obama's Democrats. It is now a Marxist revolutionary group.